Hi, my name is Jason Yeo. I'm a barista at Saint Frank Coffee at our flagship cafe. Today I'm going to be walking you through making pour-overs at home, and specifically the V60 method. When I brew coffee at home, I personally prefer the V60 because it produces a really great cup with a lot of great clarity and sweetness. The recipe we're going to roll with today is our original recipe when we opened up our doors in 2013. It's going to be 24 grams of coffee and 380 grams of water, roughly 3 to 4 minute brew time total. First up, what we're going to need is a kettle. We have the BONAVITA gooseneck kettle, and what this is going to allow is for better control and precision. Up next, we have the V60 dripper along with the carafe. Comes with a pack of 40 filters, V60 attachment, and the carafe with a rubber handle. When you're brewing coffee at home, you want to be able to track your pours for a repeatable and consistent recipe. The best way to possibly do that is by using a kitchen scale. Today we have the BONAVITA scale, where you're able to track your time and weight in grams. Doing anything in the kitchen, you want to make sure that you have really good quality ingredients. Today what I'm brewing is the finca quinoa produced by Luis Cundar from Colombia. Last but absolutely not least is that you want to invest in a really good quality burr grinder. A good quality burr grinder is going to fracture the coffee into more even pieces for more even brews. It is a stovetop kettle, but for ease of use we're going to use an electric kettle. We're going to transfer into here. For the water temperature, you want it 30 seconds off boil. For specificity, it's around 205 degrees Fahrenheit. First thing you're going to want to do is pre-rinse your filter. What this is going to do is remove any of that fibery paper taste so that we're able to have the cleanest cup of coffee possible here. Another thing that it's going to do is preheat your brewer. Our recipe is going to be 24 grams of ground coffee, 380 grams of water. The BARATZA ENCORE has 40 different steps. For our specific recipe, we're going to roll with number 16 out of 40. For the grind consistency, we're looking for something close to kosher salt. You're also going to need a spoon. Nope, not a spatula. That's perfect. Our pour schedule is going to look something like this. 70 grams of water, 200 grams of water, 300 grams of water, 380 grams of water. Next, we're going to add the brewing device to the scale, add the coffee, and tare the scale. We always want to tap or shake the brewer so that we have a flat bed. The first pour we're going to do is called the bloom or the pre-infusion. We're going to add 70 grams of water to start the brew process. And to make sure everything's saturated, we're going to stir with the spoon. So I'm just going to add 70 grams. Stir just to make sure everything is being contributed to the pool party here. And you're going to wait 30 seconds to let everything off gas. And then once we hit the 30-second mark here, the second pour is going to be to 200 grams of water. The pouring technique here I'm going to do is starting from the center of the brew bed all the way to the outside and then coming back in. If I were to draw this on a paper, it'd probably look like a cinnamon roll. We're going to let this drain and fill it back up to 300 grams of water. Refill the water line here to 300 grams of water. With this pour schedule, we're able to move the grinds around, make sure everything's getting saturated. So I'm just going to top it off to 380 grams of water. One more thing I'm going to do here is to make sure everything is contributing to the slurry or the brew or the pool party as I like to call it. I'm also going to swirl the brew. That's going to remove all the grinds that are stuck on the sidewalls back into the brew process so that we're able to have a good even extraction towards the end. At 3 minutes and 24 seconds, we reach the end of our brew. I'm just going to remove this. The next part is really crucial. The idea is that coffee extracts in layers, and so this top layer here is going to be very thin. This bottom layer here is going to be very dense, and so to just have a more even sipping experience, I'm going to stir everything together. Okay. Wow, it's tasting kind of like yellow peach with brown sugar sweetness, and then a really pleasantly drying mouthfeel, kind of like cocoa nibs. And enjoy.